Timeline of the Navajo Cotatus 1917 to 1918. Native Americans first served in the U.S. military during World War I and used their nation's languages as codes. 1941. The United States entered World War II after Japanese forces attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. 1942. April. Philip Johnston helps recruit the first 29 Navajo Cotatus to the Marine Corps. June. The Navajo Marines create the first version of the Navajo Code. Navajo Cotatus go into action for the first time when they participate in the Battle of Guadalcanal. 1943 to 1944. Navajo Cotatus joined fellow Marines in attacks on Guam, Peleliu, and other islands in the Pacific. 1945. February 19 to March 26. Navajo Cotatus take part in the capture of Iwo Jima. September 2. World War II ends with Japan surrenders. 1968. Sequence of the Navajo Cotatus officially refuted by the U.S. government. 1971. Navajo Cotatus Association is formed. 1982. Navajo Cotatus honored by U.S. Congress. 2014. Chesternes, the last of the original 29 Navajo Cotatus, passes away at the age of 93. Timeline of the world. 1918. World War I ends. 1927. The movie Wings about World War I is released. 2 years later, the film wins the very first Academy Award for Best Picture. 1929. Stock exchange crash in the United States marks the beginning of a worldwide Great Depression. 1937. Famed aviator Amelia Earhart disappears during her attempts at an around-the-world flight. 1947. India becomes an independent nation. 1956. Singer Elvis Presley has his first #1 hit with Heartbreak Hotel. 1960. A U.S. Navy submersible becomes the first craft to reach the deepest known point in the ocean, 35,800 feet in the Mariana Trench. 1962. Utah becomes the 15th state to allow Native Americans to vote. 1973. Native American activists occupy Raleigh, South Dakota, to protest discrimination. 2008. Barack Obama is elected the first black president of the United States. 2014. After a 10-year journey, the reboot Prop Furler becomes the first spacecraft to land on a comet. Timeline of Nikola Tesla's life. 1856. Nikola Tesla is born on July 10 in Smolensk in what is modern-day Croatia. 1870. Moves to Kharkiv and begins studying at Higher-View Gymnasium. 1882. Invents alternating current motor. 1884. Moves to New York and begins working with Thomas Edison. 1885. Applies for his first U.S. patent on an improved arc lamp. 1888. Sells alternating current patents to George Westinghouse. 1891. Becomes a U.S. citizen. 1893. Working with the Westinghouse Electric Corporation, provides electricity for the Columbian Exposition, the World's Fair in Chicago. 1895. The power station he designed at Niagara Falls begins operating. 1896. Patents inventions relating to radio. 1898. Demonstrates remote controlled boats in New York City. 1907. Elected to the New York Academy of Sciences. 1917. Receives 1960 Edison Medal from the American Institute of Electrical Engineers. 1919. Begins writing his autobiography, My Inventions, in Electrical Experimenter magazine. 1943. Dies of a heart attack in New York City on January 7. Timeline of the world. 1860. Abraham Lincoln is elected the 16th President of the United States. 1861. The American Civil War begins and lasts until 1865. 1876. Alexander Graham Bell invents the telephone. 1877. Thomas Edison invents the phonograph. 1880. Wabash, Indiana becomes the first American city to use electric street lights. 1886. The Statue of Liberty is dedicated in New York.